Today I'm going to show you how to dress casual as a grown man in the fall without sacrificing your style and without losing comfort. Let's get into it with incorporating blazers. So blazers are one of the most underutilized pieces in a man's wardrobe. I think a lot of guys make the mistake of just wearing blazers for a more formal occasion and then they just put them up for another 6 months until they need to bring them back out again for another dressed up type of event. But that's just a huge way to really waste the opportunity of a blazer. It looks very good dressed down as well in a more casual way, and they go with so many different type of tops and bottoms. For example, I just recently started pairing my blazers with cargo pants, and I think this looks absolutely incredible. It's a very creative look. I might be stepping on some toes here. I might have you disagree with me a little bit, but when you just think outside the box and try to start incorporating your blazers with things that you usually wouldn't think to incorporate it with, I think you allow your style to really elevate significantly. But blazers are just extremely versatile and they make you go from basic to mature very quickly. I'm still on the lookout right now for a black blazer and a houndstooth pattern blazer. So once I have these, I think I'll have a good handle on blazers. So blazers are just a great piece though. They make you look more put together, more stylish, more like you have your life together, like you got somewhere to be. And once you start getting creative with the different type of tops and bottoms you can put with this, I think it'll really allow yourself to just get more creative with your overall style and also think outside the box and just look a lot different than a lot of other guys just only wearing their blazers for formal type of occasions. The next point is utilizing Oxfords. So if you don't have Oxfords in your wardrobe, I think you are making a huge mistake and doing yourself a huge disservice. Oxford just make you go from very basic to stylish. They also look very good with blazers as well, but Oxford are just another way to think outside the box. I think a lot of guys think of Oxford as like a dressed up shirt as well, which they look very good dressed up too, but they can also be worn very casually in a dress down type of situation too. They make a very basic casual outfit just look a lot more elevated, but also while still giving off that same casual vibe. And they just add variety to your wardrobe. I love my t-shirts. I'm always gonna have a big heart for my t-shirts, but I think it's just good to add some variety to your overall wardrobe as well. And I think Oxford shirts just give you a different type of option, a more unique option that you're not going to see as many guys utilizing. Also, Oxford shirts are a great piece for underlayers. I wear Oxford shirts all the time under my jackets now, and it just really looks a lot different than other guys you're used to seeing every day. So it's just a great way to change it up. Sweaters. Sweaters is one of the most masculine pieces that you can have in the fall. It's a great way to add some texture and depth to your overall wardrobe. It's also a great way to use as an underlayer too. So another great way to just add some depth to your underlayers. Just looks more visually appealing too than your average t-shirt that you're going to see every other guy wearing in the fall under their jackets, which is great. You know, t-shirts look great under jackets, but like I said, the more type of ways that you can get creative with your underlayers and start adding in Oxfords, sweaters, and different things like that. These little things just allow you to look a lot more different in the fall, but also in a very unique and stylish type of way. But sweaters just make you look a lot more masculine, a lot more rugged, like you put more effort into your outfit, and they just look great for this time of year. I reach for my sweaters all the time in the fall. Long coats. So look, the weather's going to be changing. We're going to get unexpected showers. It's going to be windy and things like that. So what you want to do is have something that is very equipped to handle these type of conditions accordingly. I don't think there's any better option, any more of a stylish option, any more of a well put together, well planned out option than a long coat. You just look like a grown man that has it all figured out when you're throwing a good long coat. And by long coats, I'm talking about a mat coat, car coat, top coat, anything like this. An overcoat is another one. These are just great options that make you look just very put together. And they're also going to be very equipped to handle the colder days that we're going to experience in the fall. Now, having other great fall jackets are great, but there's just something about a long coat that I just can't wrap my head around. It just instantly just brings this aesthetic to you, like you're just more mature than the average guy. Choose the right fabrics. So make sure you're choosing the correct fabrics for this time of year. We should be starting to get away from the linen and seersucker and starting to incorporate those heavier fabrics such as wool, cotton, flannel, cashmere, those different type of fabrics that just have a little bit more depth to them, a little bit more weight to them, that are just a little bit more heavier and more equipped for this time of year. So just make sure you're not wearing anything that's too light. Just make sure you're dressing accordingly. This is going to make you look a lot more in sync for the current season that we're in. Boots. So this is the most rugged and masculine type of piece of footwear I think you can possibly have in your wardrobe. For the fall, you have to have these in your wardrobe. It's very good to have 1 or 2 different boots in your footwear rotation that you can rotate through. And with boots, you have so many different options. You have jopper boots, chukka boots, harness boots. You get the point by now. There's so many different options that you can rotate through and have access to. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have at least 1 to 2 boots in your fall wardrobe. They're also just going to be great at handling those rougher weather conditions with the rain, wind, the leaves everywhere. It might get a little muddy. So boots are just something that you can walk in, be confident, but also don't have to worry about messing them up as much compared to your nicer sneakers. I love my sneakers and I love wearing sneakers, but you know, with sneakers, we got to kind of tiptoe around a little bit when the weather's not as ideal. With boots, you don't have to worry about this as much because they're just a lot more rugged. They're just made a lot better. They're constructed a lot better in a more thought out way that's more equipped to handle these type of weather conditions that we're going to experience in the fall. Plus, you can't wear sneakers everywhere. I love my sneakers and I love to put them on when I can, but there needs to be times where you're switching it up, and boots are a great way to do this. So there shouldn't be any reason why you don't have 1 or 2 pairs of boots in your footwear rotation for this time of year. Smell good. So make sure you're taking your scent seriously. Make sure you're having a good go-to fall fragrance that you can put on that's going to have you feeling confident during this time of year. Also, make sure that you're getting a fragrance that has those more fall friendly notes. So cedar, sandalwood. We shouldn't be having too much of the more floral, aquatic type of notes that we experience more in the summertime. Make sure you're transitioning to an appropriate fall fragrance. Also, something that I've been getting into lately is perfume oils. These are just great. They're long lasting. They're also a lot more concentrated than your usual cologne or fragrance. So this is something that I will highly recommend you check out. They're a lot more gentler on the skin. You can easily apply it by rubbing it on both sides of your neck and on the inside of both of your wrists. It's going to last you all day long. Smells great. I've been getting a ton of compliments on my perfume oil. I just recently picked up one in Musk, and the smell of it is just absolutely incredible. It's great for the fall time, and I've been getting compliments on this all day long. I've been wearing it a lot lately, and I've been reaching for it just about every day, every other day now, and it's been kind of my go-to lately. I haven't been wearing fragrances as much. I've been doing more of the perfume oils, but just make sure you're wearing something that's going to just have you feeling confident and smelling great. If you haven't tried out perfume oils before, I'll leave a link for a great website in my description. That's it for me today. Hope you got something out of the video. Make sure you're giving the video a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Peace.